Could Donovan Smith yet again be the answer to the Kansas City Chiefs left tackle problem? Let's talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Josh Fan of ShowMeFootball.com and ArrowheadAddict.com, covering your Kansas City Chiefs. And we have an interesting discussion to have in this video today. I was scrolling through my timeline on Twitter earlier today when I saw an article pop up from Jeff Fedotin of Forbes.com reporting that former Kansas City Chiefs left tackle Donovan Smith is now healthy and wants to play again in 2025. Now, before I get further into this article and what Fedotin had to say, if you guys remember, there were a lot of talks midway through the season when the Kansas City Chiefs, were struggling at the left tackle position to get that answered. A lot of people suggested that the Chiefs should bring back Donovan Smith, and even I myself was saying like, that makes a lot of sense. He provided stable left tackle play for you the year before. You were able to win a Super Bowl with him playing left tackle, and he was not really an issue at all, particularly in the postseason, which is the most important time of the year. And he had proven that he can play in that situation. Well, then the Kansas City Chiefs opted to sign DJ Humphries, a guy coming off a torn ACL who had not played football in a year, over Donovan Smith. But we saw Donovan Smith over and over again on social media say, you know, I'm right here if the Chiefs need me. And Nate Taylor of The Athletic said that Donovan Smith was just a call away, but the Chiefs didn't go that direction. Why? Well, let's take a look at this article from Fedotin that reads, with such a glaring need at left tackle this past season, $1 contract before the 2023 season, suffered a hip injury while training in May of 2024 that caused him to miss the entire 2024 campaign. According to a source close to the situation, about half the league called in to check on Donovan Smith last year. Though he wasn't able to help the Chiefs or any other team in 2024, he's better now and hopes to continue his career into 2025. So I found this article to be really interesting, not only because it makes, a realistic suggestion for the Chiefs left tackle position in 2025, but also because it gives us insight on something we didn't quite know. Donovan Smith was injured last year. That's why the Kansas City Chiefs did not bring him in. Now, Ryan Tracy of RGR Football, a good friend of the channel, had said several times that he had a nerve issue in his neck. That was a concern. And he thought that's why the Chiefs didn't bring him in. But this is a totally different injury now that we're hearing about that Donovan Smith had. Instead, it was a hip injury that was holding him out for most of the 2024 season. And that makes a lot more sense now as to why the Kansas City Chiefs did not sign him. But now that brings up the question, could the Kansas City Chiefs turn back to Donovan Smith to shore up their left tackle position in 2025? Here's my honest opinion on the whole thing. I was not a fan when the Chiefs signed Donovan Smith prior to 2023 or the 2023-2024 season. And that's been well documented on this channel. I said, well, hold on a second. This guy was awful with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He also had an injury there that he was dealing with. He's kind of struggled to stay healthy a little bit. Also committed a lot of penalties that last year with the Buccaneers before coming to Kansas City. And I said, what the heck is going on here? This is the plan at left tackle. And, to my surprise, it worked. To my pleasant surprise, it worked. Donovan Smith was a good, solid starting left tackle for the Kansas City Chiefs in 2024. He wasn't overwhelmingly good or anything like that, but he held his own, still committed some penalties here and there. But for the most part, he was able to keep some of the top pass rushers in the league at bay enough for the Kansas City Chiefs to make a run in the Super Bowl. And their offense had it figured out by the time they made it to the postseason. Donovan Smith had a good Super Bowl performance from what I remember. So you would have rather had him probably in that game against the Philadelphia Eagles or the 2023-2024 version of Donovan Smith. Obviously, he would have been hurt, and that's why he didn't play it this year. But you would have rather had that version than what the Chiefs ended up trotting out ultimately at the left tackle position in the Super Bowl. And I've said, in the past few videos now, the left tackle free agent market is pretty much dried up. It sounds like Ronnie Stanley, barring something unexpected, is going to be staying with the Ravens. Alaric Jackson of the Los Angeles Rams is off the board. He signed a 3-year extension there. Cam Robinson, maybe, but that may require a multi-year commitment and a longer commitment than the Chiefs are willing to make with a guy like that. I mean, that's not really getting younger at the position or a long-term solution for the position. I think the Chiefs are trying to avoid a patchwork job if possible, which kind of, makes things interesting with Donovan Smith. Like, if the Chiefs don't want a patchwork left tackle in 2024 or 2025, I should say, then that would probably mean you're banking on the draft or the development of Kingsley Suamataia or Wanya Morris. Some people may not want to see that, which means you may have to bring in a stopgap veteran. Like a DJ Humphries. I think DJ Humphries is a likely candidate to return to the Kansas City Chiefs. And I'm not necessarily against that because I think DJ Humphries could have been solid when healthy. It just was too little too late. He didn't have enough time to get healthy. He sustained a hamstring injury compensating for the torn ACL that he was coming off of. He wasn't ready. He didn't go through training camp with the Chiefs. It was too late for DJ Humphries, but that doesn't mean he couldn't make a return in 2025 and at least give you a solid floor, kind of like when you signed Donovan Smith last year or heading into last year. So I think the biggest question surrounding a potential Donovan Smith signing is, who would you rather have, DJ Humphries or Donovan Smith? That's a tough one for me because Donovan Smith now has not played football for a year, really has struggled to stay healthy, whereas the torn ACL was more of a one-off for DJ Humphries. I mean, he's not a guy that's been known to sustain a lot of injuries in his career. Donovan Smith has. I don't know if you can depend on Donovan Smith being there the whole time if you were to bring him in with him being the plan in 2025. But the tough thing is we've seen what Donovan Smith can give this team, whereas we haven't really seen what DJ Humphries can give this team. So my best suggestion for the Kansas City Chiefs, if Donovan Smith is going to be an option, is why not double dip at left tackle in the veteran free agent market, bring back DJ Humphries, bring back Donovan Smith, just throw numbers at the position. Because I think, again, with the free agent market looking the way it is, with the fact that this isn't a great tackle class, I don't know if you guys paid attention to the combine this past weekend. All the tackles in this class are short-armed, don't have the size thresholds that the Chiefs typically look for in a left tackle. They would have to be going against their thresholds in order to bring one of these draft picks in. Not saying they won't draft one, but not a guy that you would expect to start from day one. It would just be another Kingsley situation. And by the way, Kingsley, they're still going to have to try and develop him. So why not throw numbers at the position, bring in DJ Humphries and Donovan Smith, let those guys battle it out for, the veteran free agent to start at that position if a draft pick doesn't take the starting spot or if Kingsley or Wanye doesn't develop. And they provide a solid for it. Because it feels like if you were to bring in DJ Humphries, Donovan Smith, a draft pick, continue to develop what you already have, surely someone has to emerge out of that group, right? That's the way that I look at it. But I definitely want to hear from you guys. Would you be in favor of the Kansas City Chiefs bringing back Donovan Smith in 2025 as a potential solution to the left tackle position? Definitely want to hear from you guys. Let me know down below. All that being said, make sure you like, share, and subscribe so more Chiefs fans can find this. And make sure you check out my work on showmefootball.com and arrowheadaddict.com for more. That's all I got for this one. I will see you guys in the next one. And as always, go Chiefs.